they wanted to, they would. How do you guys feel about this question? Honestly, I know Kev brought this up a little. I think episodes ago. I'll be remembering certain things people said. I think Kev talked about this, where we are really hard on each other. I think Kev said that before, and this is one of those questions or one of those sayings. And I'm not gonna say the men. I'm gonna protect my men. It's a lot of women that say this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't really hear a lot of men saying this. I know this is more of a woman thing. Yeah. They like to say. And don't get on me, women. I just know that a lot of women like saying this. Well, if they wanted to, they would do it.
Common sense.
Protect men out there. Maybe we don't know how to. Give us some grace. I tell my wife this all the time, and I'm gonna put y'all into my relationship a little bit. But I tell Kania, I'm sorry, but I can't read your mind. It's certain things I'm not going to know unless you tell me. All right, and I'm telling you, well, if you wanted to, you would have just did it. Well, maybe I don't think like you. I don't. Maybe I'm not thinking about it. Well, you need to start thinking about it. And it's like, guys, man, can we give each other a little bit more grace? I understand sometimes that my wife is not going to be able to do something, or she forgot to do something. Should I hear her with, well, if you wanted to, you would have did it? Or am I gonna flip that into, you know what? Maybe you forgot. Maybe you had a long day. Maybe you had 20 other things you had to do today, so you probably wasn't gonna remember that. Just, can you do it tomorrow, or can you do it in the next couple of days? But we have this new thing where everything has to be a certain way. And if it's not, it's a bad thing. Like, you would have did it if you wanted to. It's just the way you word and phrase things. So let's start with George on this one. How do you feel about that question, George? If they wanted to, they would, or that phrase?
You know what? I think that's a rudimentary phrase, right? And what I mean is, you say it when you first meet somebody, and that's all you know. But I think as you mature within your relationship, you don't hold the person to that standard, because you see them for what they've done, what they're going to do, and you see their character. It's hard to say if they wanted to, because it's so many things that people want to do and they generally forget to do. And so I don't think that you have to hold anybody to this standard, because again, when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's going to be variables that we just don't know. Things are going to happen, situations are going to take place, and you want to forget. And it just comes down to trusting this person, understanding this person, and not governing this person, right? It's loving the soul of somebody and loving somebody not for what they do, but for generally who they are, and not holding them to that cross, right? And so again, it's one of them things. So I've never liked that phrase, if they wanted to, they would. It's I ain't gonna say it's selfish, but it's so rudimentary and just so elementary. It's like, come on, man, we've been here for a long time. We can grow from this space and get breaks. So it's one of them things that it's a slippery slope if you go down that road, because when you throw it back, then it's a whole other argument. So I don't know. Yeah.
Tiffany said she's never heard of that saying. I wish I never heard of that saying, Tiffany, but I've heard it. I've definitely heard that one before. What about you on this one? How do you feel about that one?
Yeah, man, it's one of them things where it's something that I think you kind of mature out of as your love and feelings for someone grows. Because it's kind of like it's the opposite of grace, honestly, in certain ways. There's many other scenarios or angles that this could be looked at. In the case of, if you wanted to, you would. Much to what you were saying, Mike, I don't know what you deem important. I know what I deem important. And specifically, if we're talking about, well, obviously we're talking about long-term relationships or serious relationships, whether it be married or long-term boyfriend, girlfriend, moving into marriage, whatever it may be. But it should get to a point where it's like, all right, we know how to talk to each other, and we understand that it's not a bad thing to tell the person what it is that we want or prefer or we're thinking or made up in our mind that they was already gonna do. And I said that sarcastically too, because that in and of itself isn't fair. But then there's another element of it too, where hey, if you see something need to be done, do it. If we're talking about things done around the shared space, if we're talking about ways that love needs to be expressed, yeah, you need to be upfront with that, how you prefer to be loved or cared for or XYZ, whatever this conversation can fall into, because this could go a bunch of different ways. But the baseline of it is, it's like Tiffany said in the comments, it's communicate. Like don't expect me to just be able to read your mind and know what you want and how you want it and XY. I may get lucky sometimes, but don't expect that if you're not getting that from me. Speak up, because I can't read your mind.
Exactly. What about
and hold on. And if I don't get it right the next time, have some grace, because this isn't my natural flow of life. I am moving in servitude now. So you got to give me some time to make this a part of my habit now.
Thank you. Right? Thank you. And yes, thank you. That's
this is new to me. You feel?
What about you on this one, Kev?
I agree, man. I think it's very elementary, and especially when you're growing in relationships, because this is usually stuff when it pertains to taking you on dates and buying you gifts and doing all of this. You start having kids, you start moving in different areas of life.
Yeah.
We can't get a babysitter all the time. I would love to take you out on a date every weekend. There's nothing more that I would love to do. But reality is just sometimes things change and life change. And what we did when we first started dating ain't gonna always be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Why is he like you? Are you talking to?
I've been there.
This feel like this is very personal.
Look, bro, I got in trouble, bro. I'm gonna put you out of my relationship. I got in trouble with you.
Okay.
So right. The kind of guy is, I'm gonna ask you what you want.
All right. Okay.
You gonna tell me what you want, and I'm gonna go get it. You know what I'm saying, baby? What you want? What you want for your birthday?
Right.
Boom. She like, well, I don't feel like it's a surprise if I gotta tell you exactly what I want. I want that. I want to be surprised. And right. She's listening right now, so I'm probably gonna be in trouble when I get off of her, but it's cool. So it's like now I gotta listen to the little hint she dropped you out there.
Right, you gotta. It's like you gotta decode and depict. Like bro. I'm telling you.
It's like, all right, baby, I decode it for you. I'll listen to the hits.
You gotta listen. You gotta listen to it.
Got to, yeah, man. It's part of life.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
All right. What about you, Jerome?
What's up, brothers? Again, so when I look at all the different comments and just adding a piece, what brother said, grace is really important in the relationship, and then understanding the person's mental capacity, because life, once again, on how you say life, stress can affect it, your health can affect it, and then really if a person, their interest as far as whatever they're needing to be done at the time. And I think a lot of times in relationships, we lack the communication and the understanding of what someone is going through that day. So maybe they just under a lot of pressure, so they just can't meet the expectations. So when two come together, that's why God said he created we need to be Adam's helpmate. So we have to be a helpmate to one another. And sometimes I may not be 100, and you might have to come the other 30 or 70%, or you down, I got to come up. So we got to meet each other together.